O'Neill being fouled. So McGovern rolls that back to Lloyd. Now Burns. Francis trying to lose his marker, and did. Off to Robertson. Corner. So Larry Lloyd comes up along with Ken Burns. The corner swings in. Robertson again. Riediger came back with him, gives the corner away. Rudvalait looking a little anxious in that box. 6'7" goalkeeper, had another, what, 2'6" or so through his arms, and he's a big, tall boy. Rudvalait comes, didn't get it, but he was being pushed anyway. Lloyd getting the touch, and Gunn trying to feed it forward for O'Neill. Ulrich to Strasser. Ulrich. These are hopeful balls that Dynamo Berlin are hitting at the moment. They haven't settled into any sort of pattern yet. Bertels glides it on. Lauk, one of the veterans in the German side. Bertels. Robertson on. Oh, France is getting one solidly in the back then. And it's Bowles now. Gone too square. McGovern rolls it back to Lloyd. He'll start again. Lloyd might attack them on his own. Touched ball off, and he was impeded, Lloyd, as he made his forward rush. So a free kick situation. I wonder if the maestro, Stanley Bowles, might try something here. The wall is patently not the full 10 yards back yet. Belgian referee not having much success with them. Burns is in the wall. There are 3-6 East Germans in there, and still the Belgian referee not happy with the wall. Now it's Bowles. No, he goes wide, worked. And now Bowles again. Gray. Trying to chip the goalkeeper, and he didn't know where his posts were. That was cool thinking by Frank Gray. And that big, long goalkeeper had no idea his geography then. Gray spotting him off his line. The ball is well wide of the goal, but the goalkeeper didn't know it. Strasser, and that's a goalkeeper's ball for Shilton. Riediger getting a touch, but Gray pushing it forward for Bowles. Now Robertson. McGovern. Robertson again. Good ball through to Francis, nicely for Bertels. Tries it. Deflection, corner. Francis posing all kinds of problems. And will Gray do something here for Forest? Bowles now. Bertels. Good skills. Gary Bertels trying to explode one then. Side of the box line. A side and B side. That's a good through ball. And Pelka's got pace. He's brought down, free kick. So, let's see, Nowak, or is it Telecki? Well, that's not where the free kick was given, but Telecki's going to take it from there. Hard and low, little touch then for Lauk. Oh, and that was Burns, and an incredibly important interception that turned out to be. Because that ball had dropped for Lauk. Little touch from Nets. And as Lauk set himself up, Burns whips it away. The corner then. McGovern might lose that. Pelka tries it. Now, this is Pelka, top goal scorer in East Germany, 12 in 15 games this season. Now Gray for Forest. Robertson. Francis. Well, he got one in the back then from Tropper. The play goes on. Riediger. And Nets is in there. That was Gunn getting the ball clear. It touched a Dynamo player on the way out. Francis. Deliberate push in the back end by Tropper. Bertels. Off to Francis. And again, he's being chased by Tropper. Strasser rolls that back to the Rudvalai. This is Tropper, the young stopper. Touched on by Strasser. If he'd left it for Nets, it would have been better. Ulrich winning. Oh, it's Pelka. And Riediger trying to get pace there against Gray. Nowak. For his captain, Telecki. Lauk. Robertson as Bertels. Touch off for Bowles. Robertson. Chip on for Francis. Ball out. Dynamo Berlin ball. Nowak hitting it long. Gray the interception. Bowles on. Bertels. Robertson now. Francis. Germans biting quickly at the back. Lloyd to Bowles. Now Burns. Everything coming down the left side again for Forest. Oh, Bertels did well then. Ulrich trying to get back at him. Checks. Ball off to Bowles, no. Pelka come back to help his defence. Be robbed by O'Neill. Not a bad ball for Robertson. Low one, O'Neill. And a shot coming from Lloyd. Larry Lloyd played against this club, Dynamo Berlin, for Liverpool some years ago. He's got the whole goal at his mercy here. Aimed for the top left-hand corner and got the angles a bit wrong. Burns. Well, looks as though Bowles must have impeded Lauk. Telecki off to Strasser. You try one. Oh, almost cut Larry Lloyd in two. And somebody speaking rather rudely to the referee. Free kick given against him. Gunn. For McGovern. Nicked off ball to Francis, turned back into trouble. Gunn feeding it deep through. Trelov out. It's Pelka, cut out by Lloyd. Bowles. Teletsky, robbed by Robertson. A ball will come on a deflection to Francis, off to O'Neill. Francis moving away to his right. Stopped, and Netz, who has come back. In fact, the East Germans have got only Riediger forward at the moment. He's in the centre circle, everybody else is penned around the goalmouth area. Burns then. Trying to get Gunn going. The youngster just overrunning the ball. Gunn came on as a substitute for Gray against Argis Petiști in Romania. It's his only previous European experience. Burns whacking it forward for Francis. Now Robertson. Nowak facing him. Ball off to Francis. Troppo is behind him, and he tries it. And Trelov got his backside in the way. Now Pelka for Dynamo. Netz. Strasser. Trelov joining in this attack. Teletsky, and it breaks down. Forrest still looking for the breakthrough. Nowak, who under no pressure gives the ball away to Robertson. Gone too wide. Has to start again from Bowles. A massed East German defence. Frank Gray did well, right to the line. Is the cross good? And Ulrich gets it clear to Riediger. Being pushed in the back by Burns. Free kick to Dynamo Berlin. East Germans, who skated the league in East Germany last season, 2 points behind the leaders, Dresden, at the moment. After the half-time break, it's just about restarted again. Here's McGovern. Bertels. Ball back to Strasser. Strasser, an expressive midfield player, playing in defence. Troppa. Nowak fouled. Lauk with a free kick. Teletsky. Nowak. Good early ball in. Here's Riediger. Fine saving tackle that by Lloyd. This Riediger can travel. We call him the Blonde Arrow, top goal scorer in East Germany last season. Galloping in on chances like that. It was a good job that Larry Lloyd was managed to get a long leg out there. Teletsky then with this corner. And a shot from Lauk. Reinhard Lauk. Lauk, 33 years old, and a cap for every one of his years. Good midfield player, but not so good a sharp shot. Burns. Ball will trickle back with no problems. Trelov out. Riediger. McGovern lifts that back to Burns. Here's Lloyd. Francis. Troppa right at his back again. Tries the cross in. Cut up by Lauk. Troppa completes the clearance. Burns. Lloyd helps that on to O'Neill. Now here comes Bowles. Hooked out to Riediger. And Burns is there to pump Forrest forward again. McGray. Francis. Troppo just sticking the boot out. McGovern back to Burns. Forrest embarrassed by the amount of ball they're having. Burns going to try it. Well, it's crying out for people to try long-range shots from distance, because these Germans are packing everybody back in defence. Certainly not easy for Francis and Bertels to escape their markers. There's Pelka against Burns. Help coming from Gunn. Kenny Burns. Forward to Bertels, off to Gunn. It's O'Neill worrying his way past Strasser. That's the cross, that good one too. Oh, Bertels it was who got on the end of it. And even the massive height of Roodvalait couldn't get his fingertips to the ball. It was just over the bar. Here's O'Neill now. The cut in. Bertels really climbed well. Roodvalait was stretching and the ball was just over the bar. Lloyd's header. Lauk got a touch. Strasser missed kicks. Now Lauk challenged by McGovern. Nets into Pelka. Covered by Burns. McGovern feeds Gunn. Ball on to Francis. Gunn. McGovern offering support. Here's Bertels. Just on the edge of the box. It wasn't even a foul on the challenge on Trevor Francis. Riediger. Took a long time to get that ball out of the air. Here's Frank Gray. Pelka winning the ball back for Dynamo. Long one from Noack. She's going nowhere and winds up with Ben Gunn, or Bryn Gunn, I beg his pardon. O'Neill trying to get round Strasser. A free kick given against Martin O'Neill. Strasser, 21-year-old, quite a prospect in this East German side. Their Olympic squad. Lloyd now for Forrest. They desperately need to capitalise the amount of possession they're having into some telling shots on the target. Here's Francis. Bowles. Ball to Francis, always willing to give it a try. Ball back to Bowles. Teletsky was positioned well. Now it's Lauk. Riediger against Lloyd. It's 2-on-2 as Forrest start bringing the troops back. That's a good ball off. Strasser joining in this attack. And a long high one from Teletsky. Aiming far post for Riediger. Nets was in the centre of the goals. A bit of pushing in the back by Trioff. So a free kick to Forrest. Seemed to me it was closer to the edge of the area than that, but McGovern has taken the free kick from there. Down and across for Bertels, back. Robertson comes in. Cross again. Well, it flew away for a corner. No, the decision changed. One suspects there was an offside decision involved in that somewhere. McGovern. This is O'Neill breaking. Francis takes over, tries one low. Francis having a whack at the ground ball at this tall goalkeeper. It'll be interesting to see if he is sharp on the ground. Ball hadn't gone out of the box. And is that a booking for time wasting? It looks very much like it. Bodo Rudvalait picks up a yellow card for time wasting. And we've still got a lot of this game left. 26 minutes gone. It really is the little and large show when you're going to stand up like that. Lloyd, positive header. Francis flicks that on. Bertel's going in as hard as he can. Ball up for a corner. Larry Lloyd coming over to the box, going up near post. Burns ready to come in from the far post. And Burns really arrived a little fraction too late. Cut across Lloyd anyway. And the goalkeeper was fouled again. Still Pelka helping it on as far as nets. He looked right side for somebody. There's nobody there, so he was going in that direction himself, and that's a booking for Kenny Burns, and that is serious. That probably is going to keep him out of the return leg in any case. He's already got one on the book. So I think Ken Burns has automatically put himself out of the second leg of this quarter-final in Berlin. 2 bookings and you immediately get an automatic 1-game suspension. So that's serious. So Nets limps away back into action. And Lauk will take this free kick. And wide for Teletsky. Ball into Riediger, triangle 1-2. Riediger there again. Working his way in the direction of Strasser. It's a good-looking cross. Touched away for the corner. This the third corner of the game for Dynamo Berlin. This one to be taken by the dead ball expert, Teletsky, the captain. And McGovern pumps that away. Luck looks for his captain again, who's offside. O'Neill deep, getting that long for Bertels. Strasser giving the throw in. Burns then. O'Neill going away from Strasser. Stopped by Teletsky. Nets. Burns forward. O'Neill with Strasser. Francis Fierce challenge, the ball dropped for Burns. Bowles. Robertson. Tempting Nowak. Oh, a good try. Rudvalite got the fist there, but that looked as though it was aimed for the top left-hand corner. It was probably going there too. Here's Robertson. Tricks his way around Nowak. It's just a portion of that top left-hand corner poking out for Robertson as he sets himself up. And it was the Rudvalite hand that pokes it away. So, Robertson's corner. Rudvalite unchallenged. Nets, hard across. Riediger racing after it. Turns well. And now he's on for a shot here. Riediger. He was trying to set it up for Nets far post. A very important challenge back by Gunn. On from Birtles. Francis trying it. Trilov is the man that Trilov down seriously hurt in East German terms in that challenge with Francis. Lots of pain-killing spray going in. Toast, the masseur, fixing up Norbert Trilov. Free kick given against Francis for that challenge. Burns mistiming that. And with Terlecki now. Pelka on. Gunn. And McGovern forward. Birtles. Bowles. Trickles off, and Francis is there. And again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. East Germans back. Gray. Good-looking cross. Robertson is over on the right touchline now. Looking to curl it in again. And nobody was there for the far post to pick it up. Nobody for Forest. Lloyd, good head forward, picks up O'Neill. Birtles. And Troppa gets it away. Riediger gives the ball to Bowles. Dangerous play by Riediger. Free kick to Forest. Bowles into O'Neill. Robertson loses to Lauk. McGovern was there. Fairly scrappy stuff, and that was Gunn holding back Nets. Free kick. Nets a player that you can't afford to explode his pace. Is Lauk. McGovern, easy challenge down. Lauk wins it back. Robertson after that good challenge by Bowles. Being chased by Nowak, brushes him off. Feeds it back out to Francis. Francis attacking Troppa. It's ball down low. And Lloyd thumps it in again. O'Neill, Burns. Everybody bar Shilton now in the Dynamo half of the field. Bowles. Made some space. Birtles. Got one on the back from Ulrich. And another free kick. Bowles over the ball, and referee Bonnet still trying to get the ball back. Gray driving it. Riediger in the wall. Lloyd forward, too long. Quick break out now with just Lloyd back. Gunn, if he can keep it in play, he does. One for the crowd in this new stand. £2.5 million worth of seating accommodation over there. Francis. Cover job again done by Ulrich. Gray for Bertels. Robertson. Good marking by Noack. Riediger. Lauk. And Noack is breaking. And he's fast and he knocks it in for Nets. Nets being chased by Gunn. Gunn blocks it. Corner given. Wolf Nets. Sharp, pacey little winger. Scored 16 goals last season. Deletsky taking the corner. Knocked out by Burns. O'Neill, and as far as Lauk. Lauk trying to set himself for a shot. Reinhard Lauk. Only a locksmith. Mechanical engineer. This East German side, the Dynamo side, backed by the Berlin Police Department, and they're doing a very fair monitoring job in the way of defensive covering. Whereas just not being able to find any gaps through. Ken Burns, Bertels, Burns again. Hard off to Gray. Lauk doing the cover. Bertels. After Bowles. It's being looked after by Lauk. Robertson. East German team, well disciplined, picking men up very quickly, not allowing them to settle. Need an exceptional piece of skill, something really sparkling to find a gap in this Berlin wall of theirs. Francis on that line, looking across for the corner kick, which Robertson will take. Booted clear by Noack. Riediger. Teletsky. Pelka. Robbed by Bowles. Free kick given to Dynamo. Forest really do want a convincing score in this game here tonight. Goes Riediger. That ball across the nets. Tickled back to Riediger, which he didn't read. Robertson. McGovern. Go on to Francis. Now McGovern. Poking it long, inviting Bertels to go after it. Trilov is there. Still limping a little after that clash with Francis a few moments ago. Teletsky picks up Riediger, and the marking wasn't too good there. Unfortunately, he didn't really keep control of the ball. Oh, clever stuff by Stan the Man Bowles. Gray now for Forest. Francis coming away left side, aiming for Bertels. The goalkeeper's ball all the way, though. drop down for Gray. Now Bowles. Francis. It's an interesting, challenging situation between Trevor Francis and Rainer Tropper. Now it's Bertels. Took Ulrich out that time, but Noack helped his partner out. Bertels, the crowd thinking he was being fouled, but nothing given. Bowles. O'Neill helps it on. Francis couldn't get there. Ulrich a header away. Robertson up on Noack and a throw-in only. And coming down towards half-time. This would be an excellent time for Forest to get a goal. O'Neill across. Burns challenging. This Dynamo Bill inside. Packing back in strength. Bowles told to hold, takes it on the chest, now has the ball under control. Faced by Lauk. Now Gray's got to start it off for Forest. Burns. Bertels helps it on. Lloyd has gone forward into attack. Forest, who haven't had the best of seasons in the First Division, finding it desperately difficult to open up any tracks towards goal. There's McGovern. Bertels. Too early the ball back, and a breakout here for Dynamo. Deletsky pushing them forward, the captain. Noack's gone on a run. And again, the full-back, an enterprising run by Michael Noack. McGovern forward. Francis, nice touch on for Bertels. Now Gunn. For McGovern. Francis. Burns up. It's Trilov's header. Pelka. Now Bowles. Francis. Oops, a little touch to Robertson, which didn't quite come off. Noack. Lauk. Bowles. Well robbed by Pelka. Robbed in turn by Gray. And now O'Neill. Constantly, the Forest are outnumbered 2-1 by defenders as they try to attack. McGovern. Bertels. Could come to Francis. No, Tropper gets it away. Burns. The touch off to Lloyd. Half time. Only seconds away, I would think. As Lloyd goes steaming forward. And he gets the cross in. And it comes down. Oh, it would not come down for O'Neill. What a good run that was by Larry Lloyd. Big, powerful chap. O'Neill. And a clearance by Teletsky. Didn't care where it went. Here's Gray. Might as well drive one if he gets there. And these Germans had 6-7 men inside their own box then. And a couple more just on the edge of it. Francis. Francis again. The low ball in. McGovern couldn't quite get there. Francis again fighting for it. McGovern. Booted anywhere then by Trilov. Bowles. And Birtles, now Bowles again. We're in stoppage time in this first half. Bowles trying to set himself up for something special, and it wouldn't come for him. Stan Bowles, scorer of 12 goals for Queen's Park Rangers in their UEFA Cup run 3 years ago. Top man in the European competition for Britain. And Forrest would have loved him to be on target with that something then. Lloyd losing to Riediger in the air and fouling Riediger at the same time, says referee Ponnet. I suppose the referee's got to add some time on, as he'd booked Roodverlight for time wasting. Lauk, high hanging ball. Shilton under this as nets came. Francis losing to Trupper. Ball down to Bowles. Birtles. Robertson. Being chased now by Noack. So Lloyd. O'Neill. Did that come off O'Neill or Strasser? O'Neill, apparently. This is a goal kick. And the Belgian referee ends this first half. And the enterprising football that one perhaps would have expected from the East Germans after losing only one of their championship matches last season and winning the championship, not exposed here. It's very much a dour defensive side, which Birtles and Francis have done their best to crack through, but haven't really been able to test this East German Dynamo Berlin goalkeeper. So at half-time, it's Forest 0, Dynamo Berlin 0.
Just a reminder that we have no game here at the City Ground on Saturday. We hope to play Spurs next Tuesday.
If they're going to hang on to the trophy that they won last season. Because you suspect that Dynamo Berlin on their own ground are going to be even more difficult than they are proving to be here at the City Ground, Nottingham. Francis. Went through a lot of hard graft in the first half. Robertson on that far side. Still trying to get there. It was Lauk who got it clear. And wins the free kick as well. Trilov was a very young sweeper. Roodverlight tipped to take over from Jürgen Kroy, the permanent East German goalkeeper. 4 caps already. Lloyd's header for O'Neill. Being chased by Strasser. Going further, has Birtles outside him. Gun, and it was Netz who took the ball away from him. Ulrich back to his goalkeeper. McGovern hard. Lauk, very much a veteran in this side. Was Deletsky looking as though he might have pulled a muscle. Francis. Tropper in fast. Didn't knock the ball out of play, though. Robertson is there. Robertson away from his man. A little touch in for Bowles. Well, that looked like deliberate obstruction by Pelka. Pelka, a fine striking forward, but showing what East Germany are about here tonight. He's playing mostly in defence. Midfield defence, anyway. Bowles with the free kick. Aiming for Burns. Lauk went with him. Ball down to McGovern. Whacked away by Pelka. Riediger, the only man forward for Berlin at the moment. Oh, it was a trip by Ulrich on Bowles. East Germans only had 2 defeats the whole of last season, both against Magdeburg in the league and in the cup final as well. So there's some side. Gunn, McGovern, robbed by Pelka, Bowles forward. Trelov making himself last again. O'Neill, Birtles, and now Gunn forward. Good skills by Birtles. Wide for Bowles. And the way covers up again, McGovern. Teletsky got in the way. Burns. O'Neill. One-way traffic. And the East Germans have brought their own portion of the Berlin Wall with them, there's no doubt about that. Ball out. Teletsky. Tropa forward. And Pelka breaks out with Riediger on his right. And Schulten, mile off his line. Did it well, picks up Robertson. Robertson attacking Nowak. And cynically knocked down by Michael Nowak, who apologises profusely to make sure that he doesn't go into the Belgian referee's black book. Free kick on to Francis. Help coming from Lauk. Francis there again. Ball out. Forest throw. Robertson to Bowles. Francis. Brought down from behind by Tropa. Free kick for Robertson. Lloyd is up in the box for Forest. But here's Gray. Right across the face of the goals, but right behind the whole of the Forest players. Burns bombing it in there. Trelov completes the clearance. Burns. Francis moving away to the left. Off to Bowles. Early ball on to Birtles. Bowles again. Here's Robertson. Total man-for-man marking. Nowak taking Robertson. Dropper on Francis. And Ulrich picking up Birtles. And always the spare man, Trelov, to pick up the bits and pieces. Here's Strasser. Long one for Netz. And again, Schulten has to come right to the edge of his box. Frank Gray. Francis. Dropper, not a difficult job that time. Riediger, striking centre forward, playing defensively midfield. This is Pelka. Has Netz going for him as well. And Lloyd, nicely timed interception. Lloyd still going. Combined forces of Teletsky and Strasser. And the free kick for O'Neill. Birtles across, Lloyd. No way through. Robertson. Touched off to Burns. O'Neill. Turning against Strasser, the ball off Strasser, that's a Forest throw-in. Bertels. Corner. Bertels won that little battle with Artur Ulrich. That's Bowles. Gunn. Into McGovern. Stretched wide for Robertson. Attacking Lauk. It's a corner off Lauk. Just under 28,000 here at the City Ground, which will disappoint Brian Clough, Forest management. As Teletsky bangs a long one, invites Nets to go after it. Burns will be there first. Bowles giving that a chase. Well, the cross was in, but it was always going to be a goalkeeper's ball. Nets. That was almost a clearance. Lloyd makes it one. Strasser's header. McGovern. Bowles. Bertels going to the left. And Ulrich, a little chip forward to Noack. Riediger didn't take the ball with him. Gray. And Bertels has escaped his marker for once. And it's got to be done quickly or the Germans will get everybody back. That was Lauk who got in the way. Gary Bertels, I think, would have done better if he'd locked it in a little earlier. Gray. Robertson. It's a long one. O'Neill's got to chase it. Strasser's ball. Trilov. Won back by Bowles. Almost got Burns in trouble. Bowles, Robertson. Certainly getting a lot of the ball that side. And he attacks Lauk. High cross. And Roodvalait nicks the ball away just off the head of Francis. Gives the corner. There's Robertson attacking Lauk. And this chip to the very back post. I think Francis might have got there. Roodvalait certainly wasn't going to take any chances. Bowles then with the corner. Curler. Burns! Oh! Kenny Burns did tremendously well there. But all the Forest get out of it is another corner kick. Burns, this touch was brilliant. Across the face of the goals and nobody was able to get there. So, Bowles with this corner. High hanging ball, Burns again. Now Roodvalait went clean through him. And Burns pushed him from the back. Roodvalait made a meal of it. Burns hopeful that the referee would not take a stern view of that, having been booked once in the game already. High hanging ball, Burns couldn't get there. In fact, he was very badly pushed by Roodvalait, who came clean through. And that was a little push in the back. Burns up in the air. Pelka under this. Lloyd, pressure from Riediger. O'Neill trying it early. Francis, good skills. And there's a break here for Francis. Oh, that's a booking surely. Gotta be. That's Trilov. Well, another yard, and it would have been a penalty. 5 in the wall as Bowles sizes up this situation. Shilton a lonely figure at the other end of the field. Nets knocks that out to McGovern. No possible way through. 10 outfield men clustered around their goalkeeper. Lauk sends this up to Teletsky, and now the Dynamo side breaks out. Nets. Gunn policing him, did his job well, the youngster. Crowd rise to young Bryn Gunn. It's a Forest ball. Robertson forcing it away from Noack, feeding Francis. Needs somebody deep on the right side. Robertson, can he get there? No. Burns. It's Francis. After Robertson. Going inside. Noack and tripped by Lauk. Reinhard Lauk. Played in the Munich Olympics in the East German team that beat West Germany 1-0. Robertson then hooking this across for Lloyd to attack. And Forest are having so much of this ball that they've played for an hour and still haven't beaten goalkeeper Bodo Rudwalait. Lloyd. Francis. Back to Burns. Gray is going forward, but his marker, Riediger, goes with him. So Lloyd attacks down the left. This cross in, Tropper, an easy head out. Riediger for Pelka. McGovern. Bertels, Robertson. Bowles gave the ball away. So Lauk feeding Teletsky on the break here. Fine long ball as Noack, the fullback, attacks into the corner. High hanging cross. Shilton is there. The ball actually had curved out over the line, so it's a goal kick. Forest desperate now for the key that's going to unlock the Dynamo defensive wall. There must be tremendous frustration building amongst the Forest players. O'Neill going all the way on his own. Looked for the penalty. Didn't come. Gray now. To Lloyd. Bowles. Trying a 1-2 with Lloyd, but the big lad wasn't agile enough to get on the end of it. Pelka. And a chase here as Teletsky comes racing in against Gunn. That looks useful. It's Riediger. There's the goal. That is disaster. Total disaster for Nottingham Forest. Hans-Jürgen Riediger. Well-constructed goal from the breakout. The ball across to Riediger. He wasn't picked up Top goal scorer in East Germany last season, and showing why. Accurate shot into the corner. Riediger, 17 minutes into the second half, and Forest are really up against it now. Francis, that cross, and Rudveit was equal to it. Well, the Dynamo pattern laid down by the manager, Jürgen Boggs, has paid dividends. Here's Riediger again. Free kick. And one expects Frank Telecki, to come and take it. Captain of the Olympics team. Holders of the Olympic trophy, of course, East Germany. No, the shot comes from Lauk. Bertels glides that off. Lauk is back to cover. It's Noack. Burns sticks out a boot. Bertels giving that a chase. And takes the corner. So Robertson to knock the corner in. Good curver. Bertels up again. Bowles now. Big chip across to Francis. And again, it's Burns. And once again, East Germany breaking nets. It's tricking away from Gunn. Now Telecki. Oh, and offside. Catches Strasser. And Forest, clearly, there's frustration that they had mounted when they couldn't get a goal, breaking into dire feelings now that they're a goal down. Francis. Tropper has stuck to Francis like glue. Tropper claiming that he's injured. Wondering if the Belgian referee will require treatment. Now he wants the player taken off the field. Reinhard Tropper in the East German under-21 squad, and makes a fairly miraculous recovery. Gunn, Bowles, making the angle for the shot. It's a good one. And here's Robertson, trying to pick somebody out. Well, the opportunity was there for a moment, as Bowles ran square across, made the angle for the left foot shot. Rudveit did very, very well in the air. There's the corner. Up goes Burns. Over the bar. And a foul given. In any case, Ken Burns, who started life as a striking forward, actually is a substitute for Trevor Francis against Hull at Birmingham 70 years ago. Good head on by Strasser. Lloyd is there. Gunn. Good skills. O'Neill. O'Neill in again. Trying to bull his way through. And there was confusion as first O'Neill and Bertels fighting for the same ball. Gray down to Burns. Cut out by Noack. Gray. McGovern. Bowles. Now Robertson. Gunn crying for it this side. And again, these Germans, 3, 6, 7, 8 of them back in the box. That's Strasser. It's Bowles. Now McGovern. Bertels got pushed. Oh. Pushed by Pelka. Burns for McGovern. Gray. Lauk's header. Now Bowles. McGovern. So incredibly fit, this team from East Germany. There's no way they're going to relax. 1-0 up against the European champions away from home. They'll be well pleased with that. If they take no more than that back to East Berlin, they won't be at all unhappy. Lauk on for Telecki. So far, the Polish champions and the Swiss champions have not been able to score more than 1 goal at the Sport Park in East Berlin. And Forest have got to do a lot better than that. They've got to score goals here to start with. Bowles. Bowles sets himself for the shot, the chip. Well, he set himself well. But chipping 6'7" goalkeeper is difficult at the best of times. For once, he did see a little piece of the goal. And sets himself up for the right foot chip, but couldn't get it over that lofty goalkeeper. Ken Burns. Oh, ball given to Belka. Drops to Telecki. In the European travels in past years, Dynamo Berlin have played British sides only twice. It's Cardiff City, 1-1 at home, 1-1 away, and they won that one on penalties. But they got beaten by Liverpool in the UEFA Cup 7 years ago. But they're beating the European champions at the moment. And Noack sends Riediger, the blonde arrow of East German football. Gray then, attacking for Forest. O'Neill floats it in. Francis looking for the chip in, and Bertels took it away. In fact, missed kick by Noack, down to Robertson, and the chip across, which McGovern went in for and lost. Gun forward, Bertels, and hoiked away by Trilov. Corner. Corners to Nottingham Forest. And that's not much use if you're still 1-0 down at home in the quarter-finals of the European Cup. Bowles. Rudvalite comes. Gun. Hard across. Burns. Oh, and Rudvalite was stranded by his defence then. And it's just not Forest's night. For once, the East Germans' defence was cracked. And it was Gunn who knocks the one far post ball. Burns, goalkeeper stranded, and the ball just wide. Here's O'Neill. O'Neill again. And Francis, it was just too high for him. The ball stretched just too high for Francis. Couldn't get over it. McGovern. Fouled. Free kick quickly taken to Bowles. O'Neill. Now Lloyd. Robertson starting to run inside Nowak. And the fullback doing a good policing job. And the referee has got his... oh yes, it's the substitution. Bernd Schulz is coming on, the striker. And it's Pelka. Pelka who limps away. Schulz is striking forward, the man who replaced Riediger in the side when Riediger was injured. Might have anticipated Brilat coming on, who was a destroyer, but Schulz is there. Strasser on, Burns down. Gray forward. Birtles. And Francis as Trilov comes across. Forest beaten at home twice this season. Shock win by Brighton, and then in the FA Cup by Liverpool. And it looks very much as though the East Germans are going to make it number 3. It's a touch on from Francis. Rudwald under no pressure. Burns, high header. O'Neill the touch. McGovern. O'Neill again. Birtles. Birtles told to leave it. Robertson trying his luck here on the right side. McGovern to Robertson. Cross in. Francis scurrying to get a touch. The whole of the 11 Dynamo side, now goal side of the ball, as Burns attacks. McGovern helps it on. Foot up against O'Neill. Gray. Nowak jumping into the back of Francis. Free kick. Bowles. Bowles again. Chipping for Birtles. Stropper delivering it into the crowd. New stand over there with some 8,500 seats in it. And a lot of unhappy Forest supporters packed in there this evening. Bowles then. Francis. Gray delivering in to Robertson. Marked out of it by Ulrich. Bowles. And Lloyd. No. Substitute Schulz got there ahead of him. It's a goal-scoring striker, Bernard Schulz. They're doing an effective job then, and there's a stopper. Corner taken, now it's Robertson. Advantage given, Bowles. And Tedeschi is there with the clearance. Ball out. McGovern. Ken Burns. Bowles. Touch on, it was Treloff who was well positioned. Schultz completes the tidy-up job. Riediger. Germany now have, East Germans have Schultz knocking this into Riediger. Returning to Schultz. 19 years old, and some prospect. Tall, willowy, sharp-shooting striker. So Robertson ploughs forward again for Nottingham Forest. Easy cut off for Treloff. It's Gunn. It's Francis, and it was Noack who got the boot in just at the right moment. Not on the player, but on the ball. O'Neill picking up Birtles. Looks for help. It's it from Robertson. Birtles didn't make contact. Bowles. And once again, Birtles gives it a try, and the cross is right. So was the goalkeeper. Not too much sound coming up from Forest fans here at the City Ground now. They're fairly resigned to the fact that the European champions are in trouble. Strzelecki picks up Schultz. And Trevor Francis coming deep. Cut out by Strasser. There's Birtles. Tropper doing the job. Ken Burns, good interception. Robertson, and once again, Dynamo packed the centre. Shot off target, was worth a whack. It's going to need something remarkable, something spectacular to get Nottingham Forest over to East Germany behind that Berlin Wall in a fortnight's time with anything of a chance. Foul by Schultz on Burns. Birtles, not sure where the ball was. Tropper had it. Gunn down for Ken Burns. Nobody comes to attack Burns in that part of the field. They wait for the ball to come to them. Nobody chasing the ball at all. Dynamo Berlin just waiting, massing their ranks, ready to soak up another attack from Nottingham Forest. Strzelecki bangs that one out of play. Less than 10 minutes to go. As O'Neill. Birtles. Bowles. Francis making the angle for the shot. Unlucky Trevor Francis. So difficult to get away from that man at your back. When he did get the ball, turns away from Noack, got the turn in, couldn't really settle himself for the shot. It was only just over. ball off to Bowles again. Bowles. Birtles tries it. McGovern. Big cry for a penalty, nothing given. Gray and Riediger fighting for the ball on the far side of the field. Gray down the line. Birtles. McGovern. O'Neill. Here's Bowles. Bowles looking for the chip. The tall goalkeeper grabbed it again. Gunn. Schultz and Riediger. Gray. And Larry Lloyd pounds forward. O'Neill taking Strasser with him. Ulrich was there as well. Schultz just getting a touch to the ball. The attack from Gray, unfair. Teletsky. Ball into Schultz. Riediger had stopped running. Now, Birtles. Francis taking on Nowak. Still got pace there, and a fine drive on Birtles. The pace of Trevor Francis going into the corner then really was electrifying. Fine cross in. Threw himself at the ball, Birtle, and hits the side netting. Five minutes left for Nottingham Forest to give themselves a real fighting chance in East Berlin in a fortnight's time. Here's Bowles. O'Neill. And there he goes again, Riediger. In with a chance. No, knocked away finally by Larry Lloyd, but that was brave goalkeeping. Riediger almost in with what would have been a diabolical killer goal. The ball comes off Shilton and Lloyd whacks it away to safety. Meanwhile, Dynamo Berlin with less than 5 minutes to go, protecting their lead, bringing on a defender, Brilat, and sending Nets off. Nets, who's looking as though he might have pulled a muscle, but Brilat, hard defensive player, on to protect that 1-0 lead. And Brilat in there immediately, making contact. Now Schultz. McGovern challenging with Teletsky. Lauk forward. Schultz rather lost his concentration for a moment. Time really running away from Forest now. Whacked away by Nowak. Lloyd. Tropa's header. McGovern. Chased by Brilat. Lloyd. Aiming for Robertson. Robertson, the touch off to McGovern. And immediately they close him down. Robertson scrapping to get that ball back for Forest. Bowles now. Kenny Burns coming in to drive one. Ball took a bad hop as it came to him. And Dynamo Berlin taking their time about everything, including the taking of goal kicks. Lauk is taking this one. Schultz. Riediger after this with Gray. Gray off to Bowles. And Strasser the clearance. It's an offside flag against Riediger. Unusual to find an East German player in the Forest half of the field. They haven't been there too often, but the once that Riediger went in there was telling. And the mounting tally of corners goes up for Nottingham Forest. Something like 16 now. But they still haven't turned anyone into a positive threat to goalkeeper Rudverlight. And that one comes to nothing either. In the last 60 seconds of this match, as Robertson pumps it in there again. Well, the side from East Germany, Dynamo Berlin, came here to do a job and have succeeded, I think, beyond their wildest dreams. Not getting beaten was the main object of the exercise. But to come away and to take home a one-goal advantage for the second leg, well, that really is some performance. And is that time-wasting booking? Looks like Lauk gets a booking as well. So it's Lauk and Rudverlight both booked for time-wasting. Rudverlight in the first half. Burns forward. And Lauk bangs it long. As long as the ball's way up in the corner, Dynamo Berlin will be happy. Forest fans leaving their seats on their way home now. And again, a long bang up for him from Teletsky. Germany definitely playing out time, which on our watches, the full 90 minutes is over. There it is. Referee Bonnet blows that final whistle. And a desperately disappointed Nottingham Forest side, the European champions, trail away off the field. There's the man who did it to them, the man they call the Blonde Arrow. Hans-Jürgen Riediger, 24 years old, 30 caps for East Germany. This, the match winner. He had two chances, I suppose, in the game. Made one of them count. And Dynamo Berlin then have toppled the European champions, leaving this city ground stunned with the final scoreline, which reads Nottingham Forest 0, Dynamo Berlin 1.
Yeah. And how did they seal the air from coming out from the laser?
They have got a skin inside.
They do have a skin.
Yeah, there's a skin which stops it coming out.
It won't stop it. It
never gets too hard. Even with I mean, when I was a kid, the balls we played with used to get heavy as we went along, but this doesn't. The range just runs off them.
You'll never stop it. Make sure the boat doesn't drop in.
They call them white balls.
Is this supposed to be colour on that monitor, or is it supposed to be black and white?
Well, I should think it was supposed to be colour.
Old days of black and white.
Yeah? What do you want?
Taylor.
Oh. Are you going to be sitting down, presume now? They're going to be sitting down?
He's going to be sitting here, and Gary's going to be sitting in that chair there.
Oh, good.
What's this, Gary Newborn on here? Good God.
We didn't set that, obviously, waiting for the camera, Bill. Do you want to try it? You want to try it?
Well, it's going to sit there, is it?
Gary's out of vision. It's so that Brian Clough can see Gary, see the replays.
Do you want to sign one of these for somebody? So we'll get the name, look at it, and go through the names. He knows Bob Gould.
It's the manager of Heritage.
Yeah. Is that you, or is it the?
Yes, indeed. That's what I've just been explaining, Hector. It's all right. It's in position now. It's all right.
Very good.
I had to have a pee.
Oh, Gary, you are difficult.
I didn't know we had one of those, have we? Oy vey.
Why start now?
I'd like to share this incident so we can go straight into it. It's the goal. Excuse me.
Sorry, it hasn't started yet.
Can we put it up on the bottom one, please?
If we can see the goal, please, on the bottom back to the...
Yes,
Sure.
you can put it on the mixer, but I can jump on.
Yeah, but you can either have it now or have it hold up later.
Yes, we're looking at it now, Hector.
And Brent, who cut them out several times earlier in the match. Rediker, who scores it, is now over on the far post. Yes, can we see that again, please?
Thank you, please. Yes, coming up again. Right back to where the
There.
pass...
That's the vital moment.
I'm not sure.
I meant from the replay point of view, yeah. Is that what you're thinking, Brian?
I'm thinking about Frank Gray.
Yeah.
Ken's come across quite a lot.
That's what went through my mind.
Give us it again, please.
Please. Yeah.
If you don't mind.
No, certainly, Brian.
Have we got time?
Yes,
we have
yes,
indeed.
yes.
Yep, coming back again.
Is that Frank there?
Yep, here we go again.
There's Frank there.
That's great, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
In our half. Oh, in their half. Frank's in their half.
Right, can we check they're ready to record, please, Hecky?
Do you want to go under? What's on the mixer? Anything you like.
That's what's on the mixer then.
Yeah. That's on the mixer, so he'll mix it.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll mix it through.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
A bit later on, Brian, I'd like to show you a couple where Francis did very well near the end, turned and just...
Gary, I thought we were doing an interview. Am I doing talkovers and interviews or what?
I was asking you, can I show you that goal and 2 or 3 other incidents?
I don't mind, you.
Yeah, I'd like
just,
to do that.
Just please tell me.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you first and then show you about
Thank you.
3 or 4
Okay.
incidents. That's what I was asking you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here's a comb.
Yes.
Okay. Tell you, man.
Just a minute,
That's
please.
right. Thank you.
Okay, ready. 5.
Brian, what do you make of the way that tie went?
I thought it was a very bad result for us, Gary.
But you had warned beforehand that you mustn't give away a goal. How do you look at the overall tie now with the second leg to come?
Well, I think we can win over there, obviously. You wouldn't expect me to say that we're out of the competition. I think it'll be extremely hard and all that type of thing. But I do feel that despite the fact that we've conceded a goal over here and we've been beaten at home, I think the first time in the European Cup, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's the first time ever in a European competition. I think we can win in East Germany.
Was this the hardest side you've ever met in Europe?
No. I thought they were extremely honest side. I thought they were a good side. I thought they tied us down completely, and if there were any problems, it was our problems.
What do you mean by that, Brian?
Well, we didn't have sufficient ability to create that many chances, and what we didn't have was the killer instinct to put a goal in. Nobody wanted a goal that badly.
You were very critical of the side after the defeat at Bolton. I mean, were you pleased with their performance tonight?
Certain aspects, obviously. I would say 9/10 of our performance tonight was brilliant.
But the vital 10th part is
which
obviously...
is the all-deciding thing. We didn't get a goal, and we fell for the sucker punch of a goal created from inside their half and all that type of thing.
Let's show you that goal, if we may.
I know, I don't want to see it really again, but it is created from within their half. And Frank Gray was in our half. It's gone right to bring Gunside, and this guy doesn't waste any time. It's all done well, but he lays a magnificent 40, 50-yard ball. Watch this. The guy's made all that space. Frank still hasn't got back. Kenny Burns comes across, tries to get to it, and it's in the back of the net. First time they've been in our 6-yard area in 90 minutes. That's how unlucky we were.
Did you find their defence, though, difficult to break down? Because
only number-wise, because they didn't foul, they didn't give free kicks away. There was a couple of players booked and all that type of thing, but that was the most honest side I've ever competed with in the European Cup, and I've been in it 3 times. I couldn't believe how honest side they were.
Do you think you're playing as well in the competition this season as you were last season, Brian?
No, we don't. No, I don't, and we are not. We're having a bad time.
Super. Can I just spin on to that? I think the first Francis one, and then the clearance at the end. I think that'll be enough. I'd like to show you 2 incidents if I may.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to see them. Show me anything connected with Trevor. Are we recording?
Yes. No. This is the 2 I wanted.
Good, because I didn't see him for 90 minutes. Show me again.
Did you not think he contributed a lot there?
Oh, blimey, he didn't do the one thing he should have done, put one in the net. That's what he's paid to do. It's like you fanning him for 90 minutes and not being there for an interview.
Mm. Well, I hope I wasn't fanning. I'm here for the interview, and thank you for coming. We're just going to this incident. So it's just the first Francis one I want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Brian Moore listening to this?
Yes, I'm sure he is.
Brian, thank you for your letter. Sorry we couldn't do the European Cup justice tonight. That's alongside you on the desk.
We haven't got lights coming back up, but he'll be hearing it going down.
Good.
Disappointing. It's coming down there. Still, I remember after the Cologne thing, when it was 3-3, you said, don't ride us off.
Here we are.
No, I want to come from the gun.
Yeah.
Still hunting for it.
Well done, Martin.
This is it.
Good ball, Stan.
This is it.
Not as easy as it looked from where I was sitting. It was done quickly. Stan Bowles played a magnificent ball in.
Taking it back to
Yes, I know.
Let's
I've seen
see it
all.
once more.
Yes, it's not
Yeah,
as
once
easy.
more, please. Can we see it once
it's
more?
not as
Can we
easy
see
as
it
I
once
thought
more
it
for
was.
Brian? Before
Yes, here it comes up.
Okay.
Another one more look.
Not as easy as I thought. For £1,000,000, you should have put it in, Trev. That's lost, is it, Gary, with you coughing and me?
Okay, we'll see it once more and then during the course of the...
Yes, please. You've got to for editing reasons, yeah.
Okay, stand
Okay.
by. Just the ringing temps to make sure that it's still rolling VTR.
Okay.
Standing by.
Brian, Trevor Francis had this chance near the end.
Good chance. Martin O'Neill did remarkably well from the right wing. He laid a good ball in. I'm not sure whether it's that Gary Birtles. He lays one to Stan Bowles, and this is the best ball that Stan played all night, first timer. Trevor turned him one way, then turned him another, and wasn't on target. All he had to do was be on target. Trevor, that's what we pay you for.
Right. And just the final one, please, Brian. They broke away near the end, and
Could have had two. Yeah.
Lloyd cleared.
Yeah. Classical away
Counter-attack.
performance. Yes, classical away performance. Peter Shilton hasn't dirtied his shorts all night for 90 minutes, right? He hasn't picked the ball up, he's kicked it a couple of times, he's never had a shot to save, and they gave a classic away performance in a European Cup competition, or in any competition. All credit to them, they did it very honestly, and we failed to break down their barrier. That was our problem. And despite the fact it could have been 2-0, we could have scored 3 or 4 also. If somebody had wanted to go badly enough, then we might have had a better result. I think, Gary, over there, we will want a goal badly enough.
Could you, at the end of this, could you mix back so I can finish with Brian? Thank you very much indeed. Can Brian see this first, obviously, please?
Yeah, it's coming up now. Deep in their own half again.
That's the classic counter-attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's the goal scorer again.
Yes.
Well done, Pete.
Yeah.
Well done, Lloydie. Had a brilliant game he did all night.
Right.
He came practically nearest to scoring.
Don't you keep fucking agreeing with me. You'll have my job. And I'll have your
Shut up,
headphones
Jim.
on.
We've got to get on.
You can have
Bloody
my
floor
headphones
managers.
Can you hear him?
It's a bloody floor managers. They're all out.
Hey up.
Right. Oh, can we?
It's coming,
Okay.
come through in the mixer.
Yeah, that's the mix, right.
And then near the end, we had the classic example of the counter-attack.
I think that's inevitable away from home. I hope we do this better than this lot did in East Germany. Lloydie did remarkably well. He'd had a great game all night. Peter Shilton came out very well there, got a foot to it. Lloydie had hit him and then whacked it away. For a centre-half who was 31-year-old, away from, you know, at home, it wasn't easy for him. He had a magnificent game tonight.
Brian, thanks for lending us the European Cup for Brian Moore in London.
Not only have I loaned you it, I've loaned you it to use again.
Well, last year we nearly wrote you off against Cologne, but you reminded everybody that you would stay in the competition.
Thank you.
So what's the final message this time?
Well, I think that we'll beat them over there. You wouldn't want me to say anything else, would you?
No, but is it on?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Brian. Thanks, mate.
Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.
Go down to start.